In life, there's a brutal truth that we must all face. It's not the failure itself, nor the losses we endure. It's the agonizing awareness that our life is slipping away. Day by day, while we do absolutely nothing to change it. We all have dreams, aspirations, ambitions that could set our hearts on fire. And yet, we stay stuck. Every morning, we curl up in our beds, reluctant to rise and meet the world, as if we can somehow delay our destiny. We convince ourselves that we'll start tomorrow, or next week, or when the stars align. We complain about the missed opportunities, the things we want to achieve, but never take that first step to make them real. Why? Because we're waiting for the perfect moment to come along, a sign, a helping hand, something outside of ourselves to push us into action. But here's the brutal reality. No one is coming to save you. You have been waiting for someone, or something, to change the course of your life. Maybe you've been hoping for a miracle, for a chance encounter, or for an opportunity to fall into your lap. But life doesn't work that way. The perfect moment, it doesn't exist. You have to make that moment. You have to create it with the decisions you make, the actions you take, the courage you summon in those fleeting moments when doubt threatens to hold you back. We all have that inner voice, the one that whispers, "Wait a little longer," or "You're not ready yet." It's the voice of fear. It's the voice of procrastination. It's the voice of the weak version of yourself that wants to stay comfortable, to remain in the cocoon of inaction. But you have a choice. You can listen to that voice, continue to wait, continue to delay, or you can shut it down and take action. The time is now. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need perfect circumstances. What you need is the courage to start, the courage to take that first step, no matter how small, and keep moving forward. Do you want to look back on your life one day and wonder what could have been? Do you want to regret the time wasted, the dreams abandoned, or do you want to stand tall, proud of the fact that you took control, that you did what was necessary to build the life you've always wanted? Here's the truth. The only person who can change your life is you. No one else. So, stop waiting. Take that first step today, and watch as the life you've always dreamed of begins to unfold. One decision at a time. You are the problem, and you are the solution. It all begins with you, the way you think, the choices you make, and the actions you take. We like to believe that our circumstances hold all the power, that external factors are the reason for our failure. But the truth is much harder to swallow. If you don't take charge of your life, if you don't steer your own ship, your circumstances will have all the control. They will dictate your path, your happiness, and your future. So let's stop lying to ourselves. Take a moment and think. How many times have you caught yourself making excuses? I don't have time. I don't have enough resources. I'm not good enough. These are the safe little stories we tell ourselves to avoid facing the hard truth. We're scared. Scared of failure. Scared of rejection. Scared of the judgment of others. But these lies are just comfort blankets. They keep us in a state of complacency, hiding us from the discomfort that growth demands. The reality is, excuses don't change anything. They keep you stuck in the same place. Every time you make an excuse, you're giving up your power. You're allowing your mind to control you instead of taking control of your mind. And that's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Those who succeed don't waste time wallowing in excuses. They don't let fear or discomfort stop them. A professional athlete doesn't complain about the grueling hours in the gym. They just show up and train. Again and again, until their body becomes stronger than their excuses. A successful entrepreneur doesn't blame the market when things get tough. They adapt, pivot, and find new ways to overcome the challenges they face. They understand that excuses are nothing but barriers to their success, and they choose to break through them, no matter what. So, what about you? What's holding you back? What excuse have you been using to justify why you haven't started yet? Whether it's a new business, a fitness goal, or simply the desire to be a better version of yourself, your journey starts with action. Even when it's hard, even when the voice in your head tells you to wait for the right moment. The truth is, that moment never comes. There will never be a perfect time. There will always be obstacles, doubts, and struggles. But those who make it don't wait for things to get easier. They push forward, knowing that every step they take, no matter how small, gets them closer to where they want to be. So stop making excuses. Stop waiting for life to hand you the perfect situation. Take action now. The power to change your life is in your hands. Only you can make that choice. And only you can follow through. The question is, are you ready to stop making excuses and start making progress? Because the only thing standing between you and your success is the story you tell yourself about why you can't do it. It's time to rewrite that story. We often convince ourselves that we'll start when we're ready. But the truth is, when will that be? When will you ever feel truly prepared? There will always be something missing. More experience, more time, more resources. We tell ourselves that once we have these things, we'll be able to take the first step. But here's the catch. If you wait for everything to be perfect, you'll be waiting forever. Life doesn't stop for you. The world keeps moving, whether you're ready or not. And if you want something, if you want to change, grow, achieve, you have to jump in, even if you feel unprepared. Think about it like this. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a cold pool. Your mind filled with doubts. You're hesitant, looking down at the water, thinking, I'll wait for it to warm up a bit. Maybe tomorrow will be better. But here's the harsh reality. If you wait for the conditions to be perfect, you'll never jump. You'll stand there indefinitely, paralyzed by fear and indecision. And while you're still standing there, others are already diving in, taking action, moving forward. We all have dreams, but we let them slip away because we're waiting for the perfect moment. We hold ourselves back with the illusion of perfection. I need more time. I need more knowledge. I need everything to align perfectly. But life doesn't wait for your perfect timing. And perfection, it's an illusion. It's a moving target. You'll never feel fully prepared. Never have all the answers. and you'll never have all the resources. That's the nature of life. It's messy, unpredictable, and full of unknowns. But here's the kicker. The people who succeed aren't the ones who waited for perfection. They're the ones who jumped in, unsure and unprepared, and figured things out as they went along. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They created it by taking action. The greatest innovators, the most successful entrepreneurs, the athletes who break records, they all share one thing in common. They started before they were ready. They embraced uncertainty, risk, and failure as part of the journey. So, what are you waiting for? What's holding you back from taking that first step? Are you waiting for everything to align perfectly? Let me tell you right now, it won't. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that you take the leap anyway. You jump into the unknown and let life guide you. The cold pool won't feel as cold once you're in. And once you take that first step, you'll realize that the water wasn't as intimidating as you thought. Life isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about making your moment perfect by diving in, regardless of how you feel. So stop waiting, stop holding back, jump in, unprepared, and let the journey begin. Because if you wait for everything to be perfect, you'll miss out on everything that could be. When you refuse to take action, you are teaching yourself how to accept failure. You tell yourself it's okay to wait, that the right time will come, that tomorrow will be better. But the truth is, you're not just postponing something you need to do. You're postponing your growth, your success, and your potential. Every time you drag your feet, you're building the habit of inaction. It feels easier, doesn't it? The comfort of putting things off is seductive, like a temporary escape from the discomfort of having to face the challenge. You tell yourself it's not the right moment, that you're not prepared enough, or that you can start tomorrow. But here's the reality. Every second of delay is another second wasted. Each minute you wait is a moment you can never get back. And it's not just time that's slipping through your fingers, it's your opportunity. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't pause while you sit there, frozen by fear or indecision. The world keeps moving, and every second you hesitate, you're losing ground. What's even more painful is that by refusing to act, you're not just wasting time, you're creating your own suffering. It may not feel like it in the moment, but every time you choose not to do what needs to be done, you're choosing failure. Procrastination isn't a neutral force. It's not just a harmless delay. It's a force that builds momentum. The more you give in to it, the stronger it becomes, the harder it is to overcome. And here's the kicker. The pain of inaction doesn't stay in the background. It starts small. Maybe you feel guilty for not starting that project or frustrated with yourself for putting off that important conversation. But over time, that pain builds. It starts to eat away at your confidence, your self-worth, and your motivation. You begin to doubt yourself. You tell yourself that you're not cut out for it, that you'll never be good enough to achieve your dreams. But here's the truth. The only thing stopping you is your refusal to take action. Every time you don't take that first step, you reinforce the belief that you're not capable, that you're destined to fail. The suffering comes not from failing itself but from the endless cycle of procrastination. The pain of knowing you could have done more, but chose not to. The regret of seeing opportunities pass you by because you didn't take the chance when it was in front of you. And it's not just the big things you avoid, it's the small actions too. The phone call you didn't make, the email you didn't send, the goal you didn't set. Each one of these tiny moments compounds over time, creating a life of what ifs and I should haves. And that is the real tragedy. The real failure is not in the action you never took, but in the person you never became because you refused to step up. So, what are you waiting for? The perfect moment? It doesn't exist. Start now. Stop giving in to procrastination. Because every second you waste is a second that could have brought you closer to the life you want. Take action now, even if it's messy, even if you're unsure. The pain of inaction is far worse than the discomfort of doing something. So do it. Start. Every great success comes from overcoming challenges. It's easy to look at successful athletes, entrepreneurs, or anyone who has made it big and think their path was smooth, that their achievements came without a fight. But the truth is, strength is never built in comfort. It's forged in struggle, in the moments where you feel like giving up but push forward anyway. Think about the athletes who push their limits, running that extra mile, lifting that heavier weight, or training for hours on end, often facing failure after failure. Or the entrepreneurs who face countless setbacks, rejections, financial struggles, late nights, and personal sacrifices before they finally reach success. These people didn't get there by avoiding challenges. They got there by embracing them, by understanding that struggle is not something to fear, but something to use as fuel. Strength isn't built by avoiding the hard parts of life. It's built by stepping into the storm and pushing through it. Just like a sword is sharpened by fire, you too are strengthened by the hardships you face, the pressure, the struggles, the pain. It's all part of the process that transforms you into someone capable of achieving greatness. Without the fire, the sword would remain dull, useless, unable to perform its true purpose. And without challenges, you would remain the same, stuck in the same place, never growing, never evolving. When you embrace challenges, you grow in ways you never imagined. Every failure, every setback, every moment of doubt teaches you something new. It teaches you resilience, perseverance, and the strength to keep going when the world tells you to stop. Every time you fail, you don't lose, you learn. You learn what doesn't work, what needs to be improved, what you need to change, and what you need to keep pushing forward. But if you shy away from difficulties, if you choose the easy path every time, you'll never build the resilience necessary to succeed. You'll never learn how to handle failure, how to get back up when life knocks you down. Success isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about facing them head on. It's about having the courage to step into the unknown, to take risks, to try again and again, even when things seem impossible. So, the next time you face a challenge, remember this. It's not a sign that you're weak, It's an opportunity to become stronger. It's an opportunity to build the mental and emotional muscles needed to handle the bigger challenges life will throw your way. You will never know how strong you are until you face what seems insurmountable. So don't fear challenges, welcome them, see them for what they truly are, the stepping stones to your greatest achievements. Motivation is fleeting, it's unreliable. One moment you feel pumped, ready to conquer the world, and the next, you can barely get out of bed. If you wait for motivation to take action, you'll be waiting forever. It's a myth that success is built on moments of high energy and inspiration. The truth is, the secret to success isn't waiting for motivation, it's building steady discipline. Discipline is what will carry you through when motivation has abandoned you. It's like brushing your teeth every day. You don't wait for motivation to brush your teeth. You just do it, because it's a habit, and that's exactly how discipline works. It's about creating habits that you follow, whether you feel like it or not. When you cultivate discipline, you don't need motivation. You act regardless of how you feel. Some days, you'll wake up feeling energized and ready to take on the world. Other days, you won't feel like doing anything. But discipline is what keeps you going on the days you don't feel like it. It's the reason you still work out, write, or pursue your goals even when your mind is screaming for you to quit. Discipline doesn't care about your feelings. It cares about your results. And that's why it's the key to achieving anything in life. If you rely on motivation, you will always fall behind those who embrace discipline. Motivation comes and goes, like the wind. It's inconsistent and unreliable, but discipline is like a rock. It's steady, unwavering, and unbreakable. When you show up every day, regardless of how you feel, you're building momentum. It doesn't matter if your progress is slow at first. As long as you keep moving, you'll eventually surpass those who only act when they're motivated. Success isn't about big bursts of energy, it's about the small, consistent actions you take day in and day out. That's what makes the difference in the long run. Discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's the reason some people reach their goals while others constantly fall short. People who have discipline don't wait for the perfect moment to start. They start now, and they keep going even when it's hard, even when the going gets tough. Unfortunately, it's also what most people lack. Most people want the quick fix, the shortcut to success. They want to be motivated, inspired, and passionate. But without discipline, all of that is meaningless. Discipline is the foundation that holds everything else together. Without it, no amount of motivation will get you anywhere. So, stop waiting for motivation to strike. Build the discipline to keep going. Even when you don't feel like it, make your actions automatic and let them lead you to success. The power of discipline will carry you much further than motivation ever could. Here's another truth you must face. No one is coming to save you. The world doesn't owe you anything. Life isn't fair, and it never will be. We often tell ourselves that someone, someday will come to make things right. That someone will notice our struggles and give us the help we deserve. But the truth is, No one is coming. No one is going to swoop in and solve your problems. No one is going to make your dreams come true except for you. You are the only one responsible for your life, and that is both a burden and a gift. For too long, we wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect person to come along and change things for us. But this is where most people go wrong. They wait, they expect others to intervene. But the reality is, if you don't take responsibility for your life, you will continue to live in mediocrity, stuck in a cycle of waiting and wishing. That's where excuses come in. They're easy, they're comfortable, and they're the perfect way to avoid taking responsibility for your own actions. I don't have time. I don't have the resources. It's too hard. These excuses trap you in the exact place you don't want to be. When you realize that you alone are responsible for your life, everything changes. Your mindset shifts from one of dependence to one of empowerment. Suddenly, you understand that no one is going to fix your situation. It's all on you. You can sit there complaining about your job, your finances, or your health, but nothing will change until you take action. Complaining won't make you healthier. Complaining won't make your finances better. Complaining won't get you any closer to your goals. Action will. Excuses are a trap. They allow you to keep doing nothing while convincing yourself that it's not your fault, that it's someone else's responsibility. But the truth is, the only way to change your life is by taking responsibility and making the decision to act. You need to stop blaming your circumstances, your upbringing, or the people around you. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to take action and the commitment to follow through. No one is coming to save you. That's the harsh truth, but it's also the most empowering thing you'll ever hear. It means that you hold all the cards. You are the one who can turn your life around. It's not about waiting for the right moment. It's about making the moment right by deciding to act, by taking responsibility and doing what needs to be done. The power is in your hands. You just have to choose to use it. Fear is natural, but it shouldn't control you. We all feel it. The fear of failure, the fear of being judged, the fear of not being good enough. These fears are real, but they're also just illusions, products of our mind trying to protect us from the unknown. We tell ourselves that we need to be fully prepared, that we need to have everything in place before we take action. But the truth is, fear will never disappear. It's always there, lurking in the background, waiting for you to hesitate, to second-guess yourself, to stop moving forward. And if you let it, it will keep you stuck forever. You can't wait for fear to go away. It won't. The moment you decide to wait until fear is gone, you give it more control. You give it power over your decisions, your actions, and your life. But here's the game changer. Fear only has power over you if you let it. The moment you face it head on, you take away its control. The more you act despite fear, the weaker it becomes. Every time you push through it, you prove to yourself that it doesn't have the power to stop you. Fear doesn't disappear once you've conquered it once. It shows up again and again, in different forms, in different situations, But each time, you get better at handling it. You realize that fear is simply a part of the process, not something to be avoided. You don't need to be fearless to succeed. You just need to act despite fear. The most successful people, the ones who achieve greatness, aren't the ones who never feel fear. They're the ones who act anyway. They're the ones who refuse to let fear control their decisions. They understand that fear is just a sign that they're stepping outside of their comfort zone. And that's exactly where growth happens. So, what are you waiting for? You may not feel ready. But that's okay. No one ever feels 100% ready. If you wait for the perfect moment, for the moment when you feel completely prepared, you'll never start. The longer you wait, the longer you remain stuck in the same place, dealing with the same excuses. The longer you let fear dictate your actions, the longer you stay exactly where you are. You have a choice. You can continue living in fear, letting it stop you from reaching your potential, or you can face it, take that first step, and keep moving forward. The only way to conquer fear is to act. The longer you wait, the bigger the fear becomes. But every action you take, no matter how small, weakens its hold on you. So take that step, push through the discomfort, choose to face your fear. And in doing so, you'll realize that it was never as big or as powerful as you thought. The power was always in your hands. It was never about waiting for fear to go away. It was about acting in spite of it. Now, take control. Your future is waiting, but it can't move until you do. Your destiny is in your hands. No one is coming to rescue you. And that's the truth we need to face. We often look for external forces, someone or something to push us forward, to give us permission to chase our dreams. But the reality is, you are the only one who can create the life you want. It's easy to get stuck in the loop of making excuses, saying you'll start tomorrow, that you'll be ready soon, that now isn't the right time. But deep down, you know those are just lies you tell yourself to avoid taking responsibility. If you're tired of making excuses, if you're tired of letting fear dictate your choices, then it's time to take action. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. The truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is only now. You can keep waiting for the stars to align, for things to fall perfectly into place. But life doesn't work that way. The longer you wait, the further you push your dreams out of reach. Every moment you delay, you lose another opportunity to make progress, to move closer to the life you desire. Action is what separates the people who succeed from those who remain stuck in their current situation. When you take action, you take control. You stop being a passenger in your own life and start driving it forward. No matter how uncertain the road ahead may be, the moment you stop making excuses and start taking action is the moment everything changes. When you stop waiting for the perfect conditions, when you stop hoping that one day everything will magically come together, you open the door to real growth. Every small step you take builds momentum. Every action you take, even if it's imperfect, is better than standing still. It's not about waiting for the right time. because that moment will never come. It's about creating that moment yourself, by choosing to act now. I've seen so many people waste years of their lives waiting for the perfect moment, thinking they need more time, more money, more resources, but the truth is, waiting only guarantees one thing. You'll be stuck exactly where you are. The people who succeed are the ones who take action despite the uncertainty, despite the fear, and despite the lack of a perfect plan. They move forward, step by step, figuring things out along the way. So, what are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. The longer you hesitate, the further away your dreams get. Stop making excuses. Stop letting fear control you. The power to change your life is already inside you. It's time to take action. It's time to move from thoughts to deeds. Will you keep waiting, or will you act now and start creating the life you've always wanted? The choice is yours. You have the power to change your life, but only if you stop making excuses, only if you take responsibility for where you are, for the choices you've made, and for the ones you will make moving forward. The truth is, the choice has always been yours. It's easy to get caught up in the cycle of waiting for the right time, for things to be perfect, or for someone else to come along and make everything easier for you. But that's not how life works. Life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It moves, it challenges you, and it forces you to decide. Decide whether you will step up and take control or continue to let fear and excuses keep you stuck. So, what are you going to do? Will you continue to let fear and excuses define your life? Or will you take that first step towards something greater? It's easy to make excuses, too easy. You've probably done it 1,000 times. You've said, I don't have the time, I'm not good enough, or it's too late. But here's the thing. Every time you make an excuse, you let yourself down, you let your potential slip through your fingers. And every moment you wait, you push your dreams further out of reach. Fear, excuses, doubt, they're all distractions, designed to keep you from the life you're capable of creating. But the reality is, you don't need to wait for the perfect moment, because it will never come. The perfect moment is now. The choice is yours. You can sit there, paralyzed by fear, letting excuses run your life. Or you can take action. You can choose to rise above the comfort of inaction, to break free from the chains of doubt, and take that first step, no matter how scary it feels. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, it will require effort, perseverance, and sometimes failure, but that's part of the process. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you push yourself past your limits. When you face your fears head on and prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. The time to act is now. No more waiting. No more excuses. Your future is not something that just happens to you. It's something you create. And that begins with the choices you make today. Will you continue to make excuses? Or will you take that first step toward the life you deserve? The power is in your hands, and it's time to take action. Your destiny is waiting, but only you can unlock it. The choice is yours. Now, what are you going to do with it?